Hello there, Receptive Radio, November 2nd. So, we're going to talk about tuning into universal support. And the universe has our back. And my voice is a little scratchy because I'm recovering from laryngitis. So, forgive me for that. But the message is still the same. Tuning into the universe for support is actually one of the easiest ways to get the help we need for our problems, the issues we're trying to transform, things that we want to have happen for us, prosperous events, relationships, any kind of help we need. We want to be asking the universe to help us with that. But you can't have it both ways. So you can't ask the universe to help you and then try to interfere with the universe when it's not going how you think it should go. Because the universe is all seeing and all knowing. It knows and sees more than we can. And by us not trusting the universe to have it figured out for us, and then we try and meddle with the results that we're looking for, it causes interference. So let me give you an example. I'm a horse trainer as well, and I train horses with my parents. And so every week we enter the horse to race. And once I hit the entry button, I basically am giving it over to the universe to work out the best post position, getting my driver. I leave it up to the outcome will come from the universe. That's how I work. It's not necessarily how my parents work. But so once I enter the horse into the race, there's a draw with all the other horses, and the outcome will become the post positions for the horses. Having an inside post is more favorable than an outside post. So you want to, get the inside post. And there's also more horses might be entered for the race than there's allowed to get in. So there might be something called also eligible. So I entered the horse last week and gave it over to the universe to figure it out for the highest good for me, for the best result, which would be winning the race when it happens. But first I need to enter, then wait for the draw, and then race the race. So first step, I entered. And in between entry and draw time, there's information that becomes available to how many horses have entered into the race. And apparently 10 horses entered into the race. And my mom noticed this, so she sends me a text and says, phone the race secretary and find out if we're going to be also eligible. And immediately when I saw that text was like, well, no, I'm not going to do that, because then I'm meddling with the universe, deciding or knowing the best result. If I'm supposed to be also eligible, I will be, or I'll draw into the race and get my assigned post position. And I have to trust that it's going to work out for my highest good. And so I said, no, I'm not going to do that. Well, then I can't make plans, she says. And so I went back to her and said, well, make whatever plans you want to make. I'll race the horse. You don't need to be there. So if I would have let her influence me into deciding what, to interfere with the race secretary and, try and cause problems, I would have, meddled with the universe. So you can't have it both ways. I have to trust that the universe is going to figure it out for me. I entered into the race. I will draw the position I'm meant to draw, or I'll be also eligible. So the draw comes out. I'm in the race. Perfect. So then a few days later, the race happens. Horse race, amazing. Finish second. And all of that time, I'm trusting that the universe is working it out for me. And that's an example of me not interfering with the universe And also me holding a boundary of someone else coming in and trying to influence me into meddling with the universe having it resolved. And you might think, okay, well, the race secretary is not the universe and the random draw is not the universe. Well, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because we all are creators. We all have our own universe going on, whether we realize it or not. And in my universe, I use universal support. I literally call in help from big elementals, the sun, the earth, the moon, power animals, and plants. And I consciously do that. That's my work. So for me, the universe has my back and it's working for me. And if I want the universe to give me the best outcome, I need to surrender and let go to receiving the best result based on the universe's infinite wisdom and knowledge. So I encourage you to just, change your perspective a bit on when you're looking for a result, an outcome that you want, and asking for help from the universe with that result. And one of the ways that you can ask is by getting quiet, getting still, excuse me, calling in one of your allies or your universal helpers, like the earth or the sun, asking it to help you with something specific, and then thanking it. I call it CAT, compliment, ask, and thank. And the only way to actually find out if this works is to practice it. So when you're practicing these types of things, you have to trust. So when you start practicing working with asking for help from the universe, there's going to be times where you want to interfere with what you asked for because you don't trust. Because we're so used to trying to solve problems ourselves and being in our analytical mind outside, figuring everything out, strategizing, creating, the strategies to get the result that we want, instead of letting go and surrendering to the best happening, better than we can imagine. So I want you to get comfortable in your chair, and I want you to think about something you want help with from the universe, something that you've been strategizing about a lot, and the result that you're looking for is not happening. So let's take 3 breaths. On the second breath, tune into the present moment. And on the third breath, come into your body. Really allow your higher self, your essence, to be in your physical body. Let's start to breathe normally. Come into your heart space. Move towards the back of your head, bringing your attention down into your heart and allowing your breath to flow through there. Feeling more relaxed, more open and receptive. So I want you to ask yourself, what is one thing you could get help from the universe right now over the next few days? What are you looking to get help with? It could be in your relationship, your work, deadlines, more time, healing, sleep. Something easy, not too hard. And it's usually whatever comes up first. Okay, so if you have your thing, your request, what you need help with, keep it inside your heart, and I'll do the talking. And we're going to help you ask for support for this request. So, great universe, powerful universe, the one that is infinitely all-seeing and all-knowing and knows the best, unconditional, and most benevolent, highest path possible for my question. Help me with solving this issue, this problem, getting the results that I desire. And so you can ask your question. And then I want you to offer your thanks and your gratitude. So thank you, universe. So grateful for your help. I trust that you know better than I do, better than I can imagine, the best outcome to my question, to my request for help. And I trust that you will give me the best outcome possible. And there you go. That's how you ask. It seems too simple, doesn't it? But that is how simple it is. So there's instant things that you can ask for and the help will come right away. And then maybe there's a few days that you have to wait for the answer to come. But you have to sit back. So now that's the challenge that you're going to be faced with, is just the trust that you don't have to keep figuring it out. You don't have to keep strategizing. You have to just let go and surrender to trusting that the universe is going to help you with this request, this ask for help. Getting nervous about that? So if there's any fear coming up around trusting that the universe will help with this, and that can come with bigger things, with bigger questions, with bigger help, like getting out of a bad relationship or leaving your job or stuff like that. So I encourage you to start with something easy, and you can watch this recording. But when you ask for something from the universe, you want to do it with a command. You want to own the request. You don't want to be groveling and begging and bowing to it. You want to stand in your power with it. You want to compliment. Great universe, all powerful, all knowing, all seeing, can figure everything out better than I can. Help me with healing my voice, healing the laryngitis that is causing my voice to be scratchy. And I trust that you have it all figured out. And I'm so grateful that that you can figure it out for me better than I can. And that the healing will come exactly when it does, for my highest good and outcome. And then, just sit in silence with that. So that's an example of my request, my question. And coming back into your heart space, into this quiet space within you. When we're quiet and internal and looking inward, we're actually working with our own universe then. The universe is showing up for us. If we stay busy while we're asking for help from the universe, like maybe we're doing something on the computer or watching TV or reading a book, and then, I want to ask for help, it's not going to be the same, oomph. You're not going to get the help. You need to really come to yourself, come to a place of putting yourself first, removing the distractions, and giving yourself the opportunity to ask for this help while being in a state of receptivity, of openness to receive the help. That's another way of getting in our way. We can be open and receptive, but then as soon as we be open and receptive and ask for the help, but then, go back to our normal patterns, our normal ways, and start closing off, not believing, not trusting that it's going to work out for our highest good. And as soon as you start doing that, you start creating resistance. You start creating contraction. You start creating fear. And that shows the universe that you don't trust. So it's a practice. It's a practice to become open and receptive to receiving what you're asking for, and that you'll get the best outcome. It might not look like how you think it should, but the result will be the best outcome for your highest good, for your learning, for your development, for your growth. And just by being with yourself, being comfortable with trusting that the universe has it figured out for you, and letting go, not getting into this strategizing mind, just trusting that, my voice will heal and sound clear again as soon as it's ready to, as soon as the opportunity comes. And the universe knows better than I do when that's going to happen. And that maybe there's a reason why my voice is scratchy right now. Maybe there's something else bigger than I know going on that's supporting me in a higher way than I have figured out right now. And I could get into all this analytical and why is it like this and, assumptions, or I can just let go and be in the moment with it and deal with it. So coming back, holding your question in your heart, holding the field of trust, being open to trusting that, yes, the universe has your back. You've respected the universe by complimenting it, telling it that it has power to do this for you, asking it for the help, and then giving gratitude and thanks. And that's not just saying it, that's actually feeling it, feeling that gratitude and thanks. So try it out and step into your power with the question asking, with the request, and have a great week. See you next time.